How you doing? Thanks for clicking on the video. What we're looking at today is by Ivan Bushcraft, and the title of the video is Building a Secret Warm Survival Shelter Under the Root of a Large Tree, Cozy Bushcraft Cave. So that's the title. Alright, let's just jump straight into this one and see what we're dealing with. A few little clips, show us what we're looking at. Alright, looks interesting. Just snow on the ground there. It's going to be a lot more pleasant building a shelter with the sort of temperatures he's got there with the ice and snow and stuff around, just because you're not going to be as hot. When you're exerting yourself, it's pretty easy to cool down. You can just take off a layer and cool down within a matter of seconds, minutes, and then rather than dying of heat stroke like I often feel like I'm going to when I'm building shelters. And that would have probably been fun trying to dig all that out. The rocks and stuff that he's going to be facing there. Does look like a nice secluded location. I like the fact that he's moving the camera around, like getting all these B-roll shots. It takes time to do that, especially in that steep terrain. He's having to climb up the top of the hill and set up the camera and then move along a little bit. And so yeah, I appreciate the work that he's put into actually capturing those shots. It's a little bit different than the previous video that I've just did a reaction to and commentated on, where the guy seldom moved the camera around at all. This guy's really putting the effort into it, and it helps break up what could potentially be a boring section of video. It's stopping it from being that by having those constant moving of the camera around, so you could constantly engage with it, rather than if you're just sitting in one spot with the camera just locked off. You can, even if it's a good video, you can tend to zone out a little bit. But yeah, I really appreciate the fact that he's moving the camera around, getting these shots, like, they're only 3 to 5 second clips, and then he's cutting to a different angle like that. So I appreciate the work that he's put into filming it and then to edit it as well. It takes a lot longer to edit when you've got so many little clips you've got to cut. So yeah, appreciate that. See, another person could do this exactly what he's just done and film it just by locking a camera off in one spot, and it would be boring as hell. But I've just watched several minutes of him building these steps to go up to the shelter location, but it hasn't been boring because of the amount of changes in the camera, like changing those locations and not letting the clips go on for too long before he cuts to a different shot like that. No shortage of rocks. That's a big bugger. I'm hoping with all these rocks that he's got, he's going to do a decent chimney. It'd be good to see like a nice sort of chimney about that round and go up a good metre and a half would be awesome. Just to get that drawing effect to really stop the fire being smoky inside the shelter. The other issue you have with a fireplace, especially when it first lights up and dies down a bit, is that if you just have a big open box, the smoke's it's going to draw out, but it's also going to billow back out the inside of your shelter. So if you can have a good lip, so it has to fill up that top area with smoke before it then comes back out, you have a lot more chance of reducing the smoke that comes into your shelter, which I've found. So even if you can tilt the roof of it, so like from the side view, it's like that, and this chimney's up here, and the front of the fire's here, so it pulls up the smoke here and draws out. Geez, he's done some rock work. I'll give him that. Wow. Hopefully he doesn't get a flash flood come through here, or a lot of rain and flooding and destroy all his hard work. Because yeah, that's a very good effort. I don't think people are going to find this location. It did say about a stealth shelter or a secret shelter in the title. And yeah, like unless someone's on the opposite bank looking across or walking down the stream, you're not going to see it because of the steep embankment. People aren't going to get too close to that edge. Now as it dries and the moisture leaves this clay, it is going to crack and just shrink away and create gaps, but you can then just come back through some more clay and just fill those cracks up as they appear, and any sort of gaps, just keep putting more clay into it. Man, there's some decent flat rocks there. Wow. Look at that. Get like a dozen of those and you get yourself a shelter. It's just like big slab walls, like concrete slab walls that you could... Wow. So he's in the Ukraine. I didn't mention it earlier, but yeah, having a look at his channel, he's based in the Ukraine. And there's a number of YouTubers that come out of there. I know of 3 now that I've seen that have from the Ukraine. And yeah, great looking locations they've got. I think it's over on the western side towards the Polish border. Geez, the mice and things would like this shelter. I think every time he came back to the shelter he'd have to pull out all those boughs and try to clean it all out because there'd be mice all through that and there'd be mice droppings everywhere. It is what it is. You can't really get away from that. That would have taken some effort getting that up there because that's not going to be light. Is that his giant blast shield door or what? Or is that just going to be another piece of roof? No, it looks like he's making that his door. Wow. So this will be the first tree that he's cut in this whole video. Got his big silky saw there. Looks like the 500. That's what I want to get. I keep doing shout outs to Silky on my Bushcraft channel saying, hey, send me a Katana Boy 500. But as yet, they haven't come to the party. Yeah, alright. Novel. I like it. It's a unique approach. If you get a big dump of snow overnight, I don't know if you'd be able to open it too well, but yeah, no, it's definitely creative. Even though this is over half an hour long, it's like a 37 minute video or whatever it is, it doesn't feel long. Just the amount of changes in the camera, like all those cuts he's putting in, yeah, like that, it just breaks it up and makes it interesting. It stops it getting boring by having the constant moving of the camera and get the wide establishing shots, and then you're in close to really see what he's doing. There's no guessing as to what he's doing. Like, it's not like you know, he's behind a tree or you can see his back and you're wondering what he's actually doing or how he's fastening something off. Everything he does, he gets you in close so you can actually see it. So yeah, I like that. A little bit. It's hard to tell if it's smoky or it's just because it's cold there, but certainly the chimney's doing its job. Definitely a lot of time's gone into making this. He's got really lucky too with the weather, and I say really lucky in that being overcast and looking like it's going to rain all the time. Like, he wouldn't have done all this in one day. This is multiple days that he's taken to do all the work he's done. But you've got that consistency. So you don't have one day it's all blue skies and really sunny and bright. Next day it's all overcast and looking like rain and clouded in. He's got that consistency on every day. So yeah, he's got really lucky with that. Plus the weather that he's got there, that cloud cover, it's stopping things getting blown out. Because when you have really bright sun, your camera, adjusts for the dark area where you might be working, but then in the background you'll have the nice sunny blue sky and it'll be really blown out. It sets a real good feel to it as well, that the fog around there, and makes you feel like you're right up in the mountains as you are. It's always a little bit hazardous to do it like that. I've had that happen before where I had to get stitches in my hand where I put an axe through it, and that was from doing something like that, but the timber was rotted, and I was pushing down it, holding it steady, and just as I struck, it broke out at the bottom and put the corner of the axe through my hand. So yeah, not fun. Nice trout. He looks pretty. He looks pretty stuffed. I like that he's used the filming light when he gets us in close to show us what he's doing, so we're not guessing, we can actually see it. And I don't know if that wolf is actually there or he's just put that sound in afterwards just to add to the feel of it. His rolling rock door worked alright. Don't know how big a gaps would be around it. Yeah, but you can always, get some material or whatever, old shirts and things you can stuff into the gap once you're inside. Alright, well, it's that was a good video. It was really, really good. It flowed really well just because of the amount of cuts that he did. Like he constantly moving the camera around and getting all those different angles and getting the wide shots and then getting in close so you could actually see what he was doing. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And the amount of work he put into building those stairs and everything. Choking here. He would have been filming it over days, but he's still got to take the time and effort to move the camera. And when he's doing a single rock, he'd have a wide shot, then he'd move the camera, pick it up again, and another shot, and then even 3 shots of that one rock being put into place to really show it. And yeah, I really appreciated that. Really liked the filming light that he did. It was very subtle, so you could just see what he was doing without like blowing the whole area out with light. Can't really fault it. It was ingenious, the door idea that he had, like rolling that door back into place, and to keep the warmth in, as I said in the video, you could then stuff some clothes into any gaps that were there once you're inside the shelter, pull them out and roll your door to the side to get out. Yeah, I really like that. Huge amount of work to go into it. I will drop a link to that video so you can watch it in full. I'm not showing the full video, to be fair to the creator. And I'll also drop a link to his channel because, yeah, if that's an example of his work, then, yeah, I think you should definitely check out more of his videos. So that was Ivan Bushcraft. Till next time, thanks for watching. I'll see you around. That was good. I have the coffee to celebrate rather than a coffee to drown my sorrows.